Most marriages don't crumble because of one giant blow. They fade because we stop saying the little things that keep love alive. You don't need a $1,000 retreat or a 10-hour therapy session to start the healing. Sometimes, all it takes is a sentence, a few words, spoken at the right time, with the right heart. So if your marriage feels like it's grown cold or distant, don't panic. There is always a way back. And today, I want to share with you 10 healing sentences, 10 real words that have saved real marriages. Use them not as magic spells, but as sincere offerings, words that open hearts, rebuild trust, and remind your partner, we're still in this together. Let's begin. Number 1. I want to understand what you're really feeling. This is not a demand. It's an invitation. When your partner is upset, withdrawn, or acting out in ways you don't understand, the easiest response is to get defensive, to assume, to judge. But healing starts when you pause and replace judgment with curiosity. Saying, I want to understand what you're really feeling, signals safety. It tells your partner, I'm not here to fix you or fight you, I'm here to truly see you. It lowers defenses. It disarms the fear of being misunderstood. It opens the door to vulnerable conversations. And most of all, it shows that your love is still rooted in empathy, not ego. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Next time the tension rises, soften your voice and ask, not to interrogate, but to connect. Because when we feel understood, we stop shouting, we stop shutting down, and we start healing. Number 2. I know I've hurt you. I'm here to make it right. This sentence is simple, but don't let its simplicity fool you. It is one of the hardest things to say, and one of the most powerful. We often want to explain ourselves, to justify, to say, I didn't mean to, or, that wasn't my intention. But when someone is hurt, they don't need your defense. They need your acknowledgement. By saying, I know I've hurt you, you offer validation, you name the pain, you show maturity, and by following it with, I'm here to make it right, you turn remorse into action. You say, I won't just feel sorry. I will show up differently. You don't have to fix everything in one day. But that one sentence, it's the crack of light in a closed room. It tells your partner, I see the damage, and I care enough to repair it. Healing begins the moment you take responsibility, not to punish yourself, but to prove your love is stronger than your pride. Number 3. You still matter to me, even when we're not okay. This is what every wounded heart longs to hear. In the middle of an argument, or after days of silence, it's easy to wonder, do I even matter to you anymore? That's what makes this sentence so powerful. It cuts through the coldness with warmth. It says, I may be upset. We may be struggling, but your value in my life has not disappeared. This sentence builds emotional safety. It assures your partner that love isn't conditional, that their worth is not measured by the state of your conflict, but by the depth of your connection. Even when things are not okay, let them know they are still seen, still wanted, still loved. Say it softly, say it when it's hardest, and watch how it melts walls that silence could never touch. Number 4. Can we try again, together? This isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about choosing to keep showing up. Can we try again, together, is a sentence filled with humility and hope. It doesn't say, I'll fix this by myself. It doesn't blame or beg. It says, let's begin again, side by side. This sentence is an invitation, a chance to reset. Even if things are messy, it carries the message that love is not about perfection, but persistence, that together is still an option. Many couples wait for a magical day when both feel ready. But healing often starts before you feel ready. It starts when one person dares to ask, can we try again? Not as a demand, but as a hand reaching out. Sometimes, love means being brave enough to begin again, even when the wounds haven't fully healed. Number 5. I miss us. 3 little words, but when spoken from the heart, they carry the weight of 1,000 unsaid things. I miss us doesn't blame. It doesn't accuse. It simply reveals. It pulls back the curtain and says, I remember how we used to be, and I want to find our way back. It's a confession of longing. A whisper of hope. A reminder that underneath all the stress and silence, the bond is still there, waiting. This sentence can be the beginning of a real conversation. Not about chores or bills or who's right, but about missing the warmth. The laughter. The ease. Say it when you're sitting next to each other in silence. Say it after an argument. Say it in a note or a quiet moment before sleep. It's a soft knock on the door of your love story. And sometimes, that's all it takes to begin again. Number 6. You don't have to go through this alone. Sometimes, the weight of life feels unbearable, not because of its heaviness, but because we think we must carry it alone. And in marriage, silence can trick us into believing we're on separate islands, each one drowning in quiet pain. That's why this sentence is so important. You don't have to go through this alone, is more than comfort, it's a rescue rope. It's a reminder that even in the hardest moments, there is still someone beside you. Someone who sees your struggle and refuses to walk away. You don't need to fix their sadness. You don't need to solve their storm. Sometimes, all your partner needs to know is that you're still holding their hand in the rain. This sentence says, you have a teammate, you have me, and I'm not going anywhere. Use it when your spouse is overwhelmed. Use it when they're quiet. Use it even when they push you away. Because often, what looks like withdrawal is actually a desperate hope that someone will lean in and stay. Number 7. You were right. It might seem small, but this sentence holds the power to disarm even the oldest wounds. In marriage, we often argue not for truth, but for the feeling of being heard. And when we say, you were right, it's not just about admitting facts, it's about acknowledging wisdom, experience, or pain that your partner has been carrying alone. These 3 words can mend a rift faster than a dozen explanations. They show humility. They show trust. They say, your voice matters. I see your perspective. I respect what you saw before I could. And here's the truth. Agreeing doesn't make you weaker. It makes your relationship stronger. Because in a healthy marriage, being right isn't the goal, being close is. So the next time you find yourself holding onto pride, ask yourself, is it worth more than the peace we could have? If not, whisper those healing words. They're small, but they change everything. Number 8. Thank you for all the little things you do. Gratitude is not a grand gesture, it's a daily rhythm that keeps love alive. In long-term relationships, it's easy to take each other for granted. The coffee made in the morning, the trash taken out, the small sacrifices made without ever being asked. Over time, we stop noticing, and when gratitude fades, so does connection. But this sentence brings it back. Thank you for all the little things you do, is a way of saying, I see you. I notice. I'm not blind to your efforts. Even when I don't say it every day. It melts resentment. It revives affection. It transforms routine into care. Say it during the most ordinary moments. After a meal, before bed, while folding laundry. And don't just say thank you for the big, dramatic things. Thank them for the daily devotion that keeps your life moving quietly in the background. In the end, love isn't built on fireworks, it's built on the steady glow of appreciation. And this sentence keeps that glow burning. Number 9. I'm listening. I promise I won't interrupt. In a world of noise, offering your silence is one of the most healing gifts you can give. When your partner wants to open up, especially after conflict, they don't need you to correct them, fix them, or defend yourself. They just need space, safe space, a place where their words can land without being intercepted. That's what this sentence provides. I'm listening. I promise I won't interrupt, is a sacred vow. It says, you matter enough for me to pause everything else. I won't rush to respond. I'll hold what you say with care. This kind of listening builds deep emotional safety. It softens hearts. It invites honesty. And when your partner sees that you're truly present, not just physically, but emotionally, they begin to trust again. Practice this sentence often, and mean it, when they speak. Don't plan your reply, just be still. Let them feel heard, not edited. Sometimes, healing isn't found in the words you say, but in the space you protect. Number 10. I still choose you. Out of all the sentences, this may be the most healing one of all. Because after the fights, the tears, the cold silences and broken promises, what your partner fears the most is not that you're angry, but that you've stopped choosing them. That's why this sentence is so powerful. I still choose you, says, even with your flaws. Even after the hurt, even in the mess, I'm not walking away. I'm choosing you, not the fantasy version, but the real, imperfect you. These words don't erase the past, but they reclaim the present. They bring love out of autopilot and into decision. They remind your partner, you are not here by accident. You are still my choice. Say it often. Say it on ordinary Tuesdays. Say it when you're laughing, and especially when you're not. Because no matter how strong your marriage is, everyone needs to be reminded they are still wanted. Conclusion. Small words, big healings. If you're wondering how to turn things around, start here, not with a big speech, not with a perfect plan. Just one sentence, one moment of honesty, softness, courage, because words can wound, but they can also repair. Every couple gets lost sometimes. Every marriage walks through deserts. But what keeps you from becoming strangers isn't just therapy or time. It's the small, deliberate words you choose to say when giving up seems easier. Try one of these sentences today. Whisper it, write it, let it bridge the distance. And remember, healing doesn't start with fixing the other person. It starts when love speaks, even in brokenness, with hope. With humility, with the quiet strength to say, we're still in this, I still choose us. If something in this video touched your heart, please like and subscribe to stay connected. This channel isn't just about giving advice, it's about reminding you that love, in all its forms, is worth fighting for, whether you're in love, in doubt, or in the middle of rebuilding something fragile. You're not alone. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're here with you, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.